Good morning, students. Today I am going to continue chapter number 4, Working of Institution from Political Science. And today's topics are special powers of Lok Sabha over Rajya Sabha, political executive and political and permanent executive. Okay? Alright. So students, topic number 1 is special powers of Lok Sabha over Rajya Sabha. Students, as I told you in my previous explanation that our constitution gives some special powers to Rajya Sabha, but on most of the matters the Lok Sabha exercises supreme power. And here one question will arise that why? So answer I am going to discuss with you. Point number 1 is any ordinary law needs to be passed by both the houses, but if there is any difference between the two houses, the final decision is taken in a joint session. And where the view of Lok Sabha is likely to prevail because of its larger number of members. Students, you have to remember here that Lok Sabha has a larger number of members. Okay? And point number 2 is Lok Sabha exercises more powers in money matter, and once the Lok Sabha passes any budget or any law of the government or any kind of money related money bill, so and Rajya Sabha cannot reject it anyhow. Alright? So students, as I told you in my previous explanation that Rajya Sabha can only delay any rules, regulation or any budget whatever passed by Lok Sabha only for 14 days, or Rajya Sabha can suggest to change it. But it was the wish of Lok Sabha, or it is the wish of members of Lok Sabha may or may not accept these changes. Okay? But students, most important thing is this: Lok Sabha controls all the council of ministers, and only a person who enjoys the support of majority of members in Lok Sabha is appointed by the Prime Minister. And if the majority of Lok Sabha members say that they have no confidence in Council of Ministers, then all ministers including Prime Minister have to quit. But Rajya Sabha does not have this kind of power. Alright? Okay. After that, your next topic is political executive. So students, in topic number 2, political executive, we have to discuss about the function of the people whosoever elected by the people in Lok Sabha and also elected by the government. So, as I told you in the starting of the chapter about the office memorandum. So students, you have seen that in the office memorandum laws whatever passed by the Lok Sabha, that is functioned by the another people. It means those people who passed any kind of law, they are not implementing or working for that rules or law. So for that purpose, to complete the needs and requirement related to the any rules, regulation or any law whatever passed by the Lok Sabha, that is completed by the executive, and those are known or called political executive. And students, the functionaries or the people and organization who take any decision but do not exercise supreme power on behalf of the people are known as executive. It means the member of Lok Sabha who are elected by the common people, and common people elected for those members to do work for them. So this line is given that whatever supreme power uses by the members of Lok Sabha, they are working on the behalf of the common people, and they are known as executive or political executive. And they are called political executive because they are in charge of the execution of the policies of the government. And by executive, it means by the government. Alright? It means whatever leader elected by us or by the common people, those are all working for us only. And they are all the executive of the government who are elected by us to do any kind of work in favor of us or common people. Alright? So all the political leaders are also a political executive. Alright? After that, your next topic is political and permanent executive. So student, as you know very well that in a democratic country, two categories are over here, which is known as executive. They are political executive and permanent executive. And political executive are those who are elected by the people for a specific period or for a particular time limited. Okay? And they take major decisions. So political leaders fall in these categories. Okay? And permanent executive are those who are appointed on a long-term basis, and they are known as civil servants, and they remain in office even when the ruling party changes, and they work under the political executive and assist them for carrying out daily administration or administrative work related to the government for the people. Okay? So students, now I am going to discuss with you powers of permanent and political executive. So students, you know very well that the political executive has more power than the permanent executive. Alright? And this is because the political executive is elected by the people, and in a democracy, the will of common people is supreme. Okay? and political executive exercise the will of the people on their behalf, or in common language we can say political executive working on the behalf of the common people who are elected by the common people of India. Alright? And also our political executive or political leaders are answerable to the people for all the work or for all the decisions whatever taken by the members of Lok Sabha. Alright? And permanent executive are more educated and also they have more expert knowledge on the subject of ministry in the compare of political executive. Like advisor of the finance ministry know more about economics than the finance minister. Alright? But overall summary is still decisions of the finance minister will be the final decision, because the advisor of the finance ministry only advise the finance minister, but advisor cannot take any solid decisions, and any decisions or whatever finance minister wants to be the final, so the decision of the finance minister finally will be the final decision. Alright? And political executive call take advice of the permanent executive and then decide the overall framework and objectives of the policy whatever political executive wants to be implemented. Or in simple language we can say that when any decision related to the favor or the welfare of the common people political executive wants to take, then all the political executive calls the permanent executive for the decision, for understanding or for discussion that what will be better for the common people, etc., etc. Then finally political executive final any decision, or then political executive implemented any rules or law in the country related to the welfare of the common people. So students, for today's that's all, and in my next explanation I will discuss with you about the Prime Minister. Alright, thank you and have a nice day.